I'm here in a looted Walmart right here in Philadelphia, and as you can see, come this way, there's massive destruction. Rioters and looters have destroyed this entire place, basically taking whatever they could. Why don't you show some of the stuff that was taken here on the floor? They have just come in and sort of ransacked this. If you follow me over here, you can see even the clocks were not left alone. I mean, Tupperware. I mean, these people were desperate. I can't go back any further because employees and I believe officers who are trying to keep this place safe won't let me. But this place has been completely gutted and destroyed by Black Lives Matter rioters and looters. This is what is happening across America that the media refuses to show. We had to go past police. They asked us not to come in here, but we've got to show you the truth of what this group is doing.
And that was only after the first round of looting. Wait until you see some of the videos from journalists like BG on the Scene on Twitter of what happened after the second and third rounds of what turned out to be a chaotic night where Philadelphia police and the government lost control of several city blocks in widespread riots and looting. There was a 15-year-old shot, over 30 businesses completely destroyed, and I got jumped, as you probably have already heard. We've got a great show for you today. Unfortunately, it's at the expense of a neighborhood in the East Coast that really saw some absolutely terrible behavior that has become commonplace in this country and ignored by the corporate media. We've got also plenty of new footage anyway. Okay, so let's talk about this. So this is going to be broken up into a few sections. This is very important. This is kind of going to be an extended episode, a look into this. I know some of you guys are not into the long form, but there's a lot to be said, a lot to show, including an interview with another journalist who, like I said, Walter Wallace happened to be black. This journalist happened to be white, who was also attacked that night, as many Caucasian people were targeted, what I believe, for the color of their skin. James Klug will be on later today. But the protest started at the 18th precinct in West Philadelphia at a planned march at Malcolm X Park, and there were about 400 or so people, according to reports. Let's look at that. So as you can see here, this is a large group of people mixed between Black Lives Matter, Antifa, Black Bloc, like we're used to seeing. And on top of that, they were being led in the red in those shirts that you're seeing. That is the Socialist Party. This is called intersectionality, right? These marches often don't have any real reason of why they're there. They don't really understand what they're marching for. It used to be about unarmed black men getting killed. Then it switched to mentally ill people in Lancaster. That was the first time we really saw that. That was also in Pennsylvania. Drew Hernandez of the Tatum Report and Lives Matter show, we broke that riot. We do our best to break whatever riots we can for the news. But they were marching together. Now, what we've been finding is that this lie that all conflicting ideologies can work together to fight the people in power, which is what you see, right? The feminists, the gays, the transgenders, or the T people, as we call them here, they fight against the power. But essentially, you can't all work together when you want different things. And so they started to fight each other in the streets. I think we have a clip of this here. So what you're looking at here, we're going to roll this, is you're going to start to see there's the Black Bloc Antifa, some journalists that are surrounding here, Black Lives Matter with the flags, the socialists in their red hat. They got into a scuffle over who is leading the group, because what you're going to find is that there's a lot of black people. That's a Black Bloc, Black Antifa. The black people in these riots that are mad about the way they feel like the black community has been treated keep getting co-opted by white people. This is very common with white leftists, is where they feel like they're a white savior complex, and that she's ripping up the sign of the socialists, being like, get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, literally, what are you doing? This is not a socialist march. We're not fighting for socialism. We're fighting against police killing black people. That's what they're fighting against, whether or not it's warranted. And they're getting into a fight. And now here's what's crazy is if you're a white person and you film, they will attack you. But this is what I call black privilege. If you're a black person and you attack them, they won't strike you back because they believe that black people can do no wrong. Now, this is the one Antifa that I like, because she actually was making a point. Like, let the black people do what they want to do and cry out of the injustices. We don't need a bunch of white people in red hats protecting us. So Antifa broke away from the Black Lives Matter people and the socialists, and they created their own march. And so what you're going to see here is they started getting involved with police. So police caught up to them on bikes. We marched in separate directions. We split off the group. There's about 80 of us. And I want you to watch this. For those of you guys that are my blind viewers, that, you know, those are in America, we call them listeners, but I just call you a blind viewer. The Antifa were surrounding a few bike cops. I'm running along with them. And Antifa has a rule that you can't record protesters, which I don't care about, but like, they can suck it, really. I can't film you. How about I do?